Significant progress on road safety can be achieved through global cooperation, implementation of evidence-based interventions, and engagement with all actors, including the private sector. The Management Practices for Safer Roads Toolkit presents a practical management methodology that is based on the premises that achieving road safety targets requires, among others, improving existing road infrastructure for the benefit of all road users. Through this virtual immersive experience, we will explore some of the interventions implemented in the Federal District in Brazil, using the toolkit with positive results. Brasilia Vida Segura is a collaborative and comprehensive program run by the Federal District Government that has contributed to reduce by 54% the number of deaths related to road traffic crashes between 2010 and 2020, fulfilling the United Nations Road Safety Target. Let's start. In this segment of the road, the intervention consisted of blocking by means of lane separators, a highway exit that was identified as risky since it was responsible for many crashes and fatalities. By blocking the exit with lane separators, the driver must advance further before being able to safely exit the highway and merge onto the road. Due to the high number of accidents involving cars and pedestrians, this intervention consisted in blocking the entrance to the highway by means of lane separators so that the driver does not attempt to merge in a risky manner while speeding. As a result, the driver has to move forward before being able to exit or merge onto the highway, thus avoiding risky situations. As for pedestrians, due to the residential areas located on both sides of this road segment and the high number of potential risks, such as cars going in opposite directions, the intervention at this point consisted of installing a pedestrian overpass, thus reducing the risk of running over pedestrians. In this highway segment, due to the concentration of different service points, such as markets and gas stations, there was a high number of pedestrians wishing to cross from one side of the highway to the other, resulting in frequent traffic incidents. For this reason, the chosen intervention consisted of relocating a U-turn further away to separate it from the pedestrian overpass, thus improving the safety of the U-turn and reducing the risk of hitting pedestrians. This traffic circle presented innumerable risks due to the conflict points between the highway and the road DF250. For this reason, the intervention focused on improving the lateral traffic signs. In addition, the painting separating each lane was renewed in order to prevent possible collision risks. Here, we can see a reversible lane. We join this lane through an access specially enabled by the traffic agents. Therefore, orange cones and visible signs were incorporated to be able to use it safely. This intervention consisted in the implementation of road curbs at the exit of the residential area to separate existing cars from entering cars and thus avoid collisions. This intervention also functioned as a disciplinary measure to avoid exits in the opposite direction. In addition, a new U-turn was implemented at this point to increase driver safety. This intervention included the total removal of a U-turn due to its proximity to the highway entrance. In this case, the entering vehicle had a short distance to accelerate, cross lanes, and make the U-turn. After the intervention, the vehicle now has to drive 200 to 300 meters before being able to make the U-turn safely, avoiding accidents. Previously, this segment of the road presented a high rate of risk and occurrence of traffic crashes since the signaling panels, indicating lanes and crosswalks, were in poor condition. The most at-risk areas were very narrow and the traffic lights were either non-existent or did not work. The intervention of this segment consisted of a complete renovation of the traffic signals and the introduction and renewal of traffic lights. This intervention consisted of creating barriers to prevent pedestrians from passing under the overpass. This type of intervention is sometimes necessary to ensure that pedestrians do not put themselves and others at risk. Improvements in infrastructure planning, design and construction, including the provision of safe infrastructure for drivers, pedestrians and cyclists, can reduce the risks that lead to road traffic injuries and fatalities. Learn more about this tool and collaborate with us to implement the management practices for Safer Roads Toolkit in your city.